everyone, this is Heather from Heather Active, and we're back out on the balcony today. It is a absolutely stunning day. We're going to do the kind of workout that you do on the mat when you really don't feel like working out. And yes, as a fitness instructor, there are many days where I don't feel like working out. So today I'm going to show you the routine that I usually do when I'm feeling a little bit down, maybe don't want to, kind of overextend myself per se. So most of the work we're going to do today is going to be lying down on the mat, which is lovely. So when you're ready, you can come lying down on your back and you can have your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. So lying down on your back here, again, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. You should be able to touch your heels here with your fingertips. We're going to start with a few pelvic tilts. If you want some feedback, you can always place your hands on the front two hip bones here with your fingers pointing towards the pubic bone. And then as you exhale, press that low back down into the mat, tilting the pelvis up just about an inch, and then releasing back down. Nice. Exhaling, tilting up, and then inhaling to release here. Now, the reason I said you could put your hands on your hips for some feedback is really we're looking for that deep core, lower abdominal integration with the pelvic floor. So as you tilt up, you should feel this space between those front two hip bones tighten and then release. So again, looking to find that engagement through the low abs and then releasing here. Very nice. Taking a few more like that. And last one. Nice. Releasing back to a neutral spine. So when I say neutral spine, that means there's probably a little bit of space between your low back and the mat. Now from here, we're going to open the left knee out to the side and then extend that left leg long in front of you. Turn it back to parallel so your knee's pointing up towards the ceiling, and then bend that leg back in. Nice. Sticking with that left side, opening out, extending the leg long, turning it back to parallel, and then drawing that leg back in. Good. Just doing a few like this. This is a nice hip opener here that we're working on. Some of that mobility in external rotation through extension, internal rotation through flexion. We'll do one more like this. Very good. Switching directions here. Extend the left leg straight out in front of you. Externally rotate, kind of turning that thigh bone in the hip socket, bending that leg, and then turning it back in. Very good. We'll just do two more like that. And last one. Nice. All right, switching sides. This time right knee falls out to the side, extends long on the mat, turn it back to parallel, and then bring that leg back in. Very good. So doing just a few more on this side. Very nice. Oh, it's a little bit windy. Something about wind and lip gloss as a combination is just probably one of the most annoying things. But here we are. We're doing it. I chose to be outside today. Very good. And then switching directions here, this time extending the right leg long, external rotation, bend the knee, and then turn it back in. Just two more like that. This feels especially nice if you've been sitting a lot, because when we're sitting, we're really keeping our hips in that kind of flexed position the whole time. So this is a nice way to just start opening up a little bit. Good. Turning that leg back in. Walk the feet out a little bit wider than your hips, and then let the knees drop over to the left side, and then back through center, drop over to the right. Again, this is also a little bit of that hip mobility because we're coming to internal rotation and external rotation in both legs as we switch from side to side, kind of like a windshield washer. Nice. This one can feel like a good release as well for your low back. So again, if you're like me and you sit a lot for work or whatever else, this is a nice little break from that. Good. Coming back through center, walk those feet back into parallel and then reach those arms up towards the ceiling. Palms are going to face in together. From here, can you reach the fingertips up, lifting the shoulder blades up off the mat, And then slowly lower the shoulders back down, plugging them back in. Nice. Reaching up and then lowering back down. Good. So we did a little bit of hip mobility. Now we're getting into a little bit of shoulder mobility. Again, this is a nice way to get some movement in when you don't feel like doing it. All right, one more like this. Lowering back down. From here, take that right arm back behind you, left arm down by your side. Exhale, bring both up through center, switching directions. You're making this big scissor motion with your arms. Good. Now watching here, sometimes our ribs want to start flaring out as we get into kind of this wider range of motion. So think about knitting the ribs in together, strong through your core. Lower body is still, but still engaged. A couple more like this. Very nice. Then bring both arms back up towards the ceiling. From here, take the elbows down onto the floor, straight out from your shoulder. Palms are going to face forward, so you're making like a goalpost shape. From here, rotating at the elbow, bring the palms of the hands towards the floor, and then slowly rotating back, bringing tops of arms towards the floor. Good. So we're finding that rotation. Don't worry so much about getting the hands down to the floor in either direction, but just take this time to notice any differences from one side to the other. Maybe one side feels a little stiffer than the other. Maybe you can go a little farther. Very nice. And finding that openness here. Rotation. Good, one more. Nice, and bringing those arms back down by your side. Okay, perfect. Let's get into a little bit of core. Now from here, relax those shoulders down. We're gonna lift that right leg up to a tabletop position and then place it back down. Left leg comes up to tabletop and place it down. Now when I say tabletop, we're trying to get that knee tracked right over the hip, and then that shin is roughly parallel to the floor. So you're making about a 90-degree angle with the leg. Good. Now right away, I want you to notice that your low abs have turned on when you lift that leg and that our hip flexors are working here. Nice. Now if this feels good, you can stay here, or if you're ready to add on, maybe start switching the legs in the air. One leg lifts and the other leg lowers. Good. Alternating side to side. Right away, this feels harder. That's okay. You want to ease into this movement. Because again, maybe you turn this video on today and you're like, I really don't feel like working out, but I want to do something. So I'm not trying to kill you today. We're just going to do something on the lighter side, but still good. Let's bring both those legs to tabletop. From here, can you reach the left leg long in front of you and then bend it back in? Right leg goes long and bends back in. Alternating sides here. Nice. If you have one of those squishy balls as well, you can always put that under your hips if you want to make this a little bit harder, challenge your balance a bit. If you feel good here, maybe we reach those arms up towards the ceiling and then alternate left arm and right leg and vice versa, moving together. Good. You got this. We'll go for 4 and 3. Last 2. And last one. Nice. Coming back in, hug those knees into your chest. And then let both legs go long out on the mat. You want to take them a little bit wider than your hips, and then take those arms back behind you. Nice, you're making this big X on your mat, which is great. So we're in this X, we're going to lift the right arm and left leg together and lower, and then left arm and right leg lift and lower. Good, finding that long diagonal line from the hip flexor through the obliques into the shoulder. We're turning on all these muscles here. Good. You don't need to go super high. Again, really just kind of like first couple inches is where most of the work's happening. We'll go for 4 and 3. Last 2. Last 1. Very nice. Hug those knees into your chest and then slowly start to rock and roll your way up to a seated position. From here, find a comfortable seat. So if you want to have one leg in front, one leg behind, sit cross-legged, whatever feels good. Let's do a couple nice little mermaid stretches here. So take one arm up and over, finding that side bend. Coming back through center, going the other way. Very good. One more each side. And last one. Nice. And that was your workout today. So if this spurred you on to want to keep moving and do something else, then go for it. But if this was the movement you got in for today, then I hope you feel good about it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Definitely looking forward to making more of these videos. And I'll see you next time.